Welcome back to OneTV Source, your one-stop shop for news about things that I find interesting and important. I'm your host, Andy, and today we're talking about one of my favorite things, video games. Okay, honestly, video games is such a broad topic that we can't just use that as the topic of the show, because it gives us too much to talk about. We could talk about Prince Harry, talking about banning Fortnite in the UK. That'd be interesting. We could talk about gaming being discussed as a global health epidemic by the World Health Organization. That could be interesting. But no. Today, we're going to talk about esports. Esports are video games played competitively at the highest level. It's basically what it sounds like. It's professional athletes competing in a world-renowned activity. It's basically sports, as you know them traditionally. Last year in 2018, the Baseball World Series, the biggest event in baseball, I had to ask our sports staff because that's not what I follow. The biggest event in baseball had just over 17.6 million viewers. That's a lot of people watching some guys throw around a ball and hit it with a stick and then run around half a field. Like, that's pretty cool that so many people like baseball. But if you didn't see this coming, like, you should watch more episodes. To offer a comparison, the League of Legends World Finals, which is one video game, it's comparable to the World Series. It's the biggest event in the world for esports, drew in over 99.6 million viewers. That's like, that's like 5.5 times as many people. Baseball World Series, League of Legends World Finals, this one had a lot more people watching it. And why is that? Baseball is a huge thing in America. It's a huge thing across the world. Like, baseball is big. And that should give you an idea of the scale that esports is. It's even bigger. And today we're not going to debate the merits of esports as a sport, because honestly, plenty of people have done that, and I think it's ridiculous it is a sport. That's where we stand. We could make a whole video on that. If you want to see that video where we discuss whether esports are actually a sport or not, leave a comment telling us that you want to see that video, and then we'll do it. It's literally that simple. I need ideas for content, so if you have any, put them in the description and we'll make a video on it. Yeah. So, for this episode, we're going to put aside that debate, and we can come back to that later, but we're just gonna operate under the assumption that esports is a sport and will be around for the foreseeable future. I have in the studio with me one of the members of the University of Wyoming's esports club. He is a competitive Smash player, as well as a competitive Magic Arena player, and we're gonna talk to him about what makes esports so cool and what you can do specifically at the university with esports. Throwing it over to you, Addison. How long have you been playing Smash?
So I probably started in like 2010, just playing with my little brother and some friends, not really paying mind to it. And once I learned there was kind of a big scene, I started like playing really seriously only about 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. Every Friday night we have just a weekly tournament. Anyone can come for free at the Chasm in Ross Hall. We do Super Smash Bros. Melee at 6 and then Ultimate at 7. And at the same time we just have like people doing like LANs and other games. And so it's a great thing for just anyone to stop by if you're interested in the community and just meeting some people, having some fun. There's not really leagues set up. We did a really cool thing this year called the Peak of Smash that we hosted here in Half Acre. And it was really big because we got all these players from Colorado, CSU, some even flying in from California just to play. And I think it's really cool how we have that sort of rivalry between UW and CSU going even at this level.
So what do you think might happen in the next 5 years for esports?
Our plans are to like get the university to really be more involved, treat it like a competitive sport. We're trying to get traveling teams going for Overwatch and Smash, like they'd travel to maybe CSU or Air Force to play games the same way the football team or basketball team would. We're trying to get them to offer scholarships to people. So I think it's a huge opportunity, and like it can really grow as not just an opportunity for students, but a spectator sport as well.
Do you think it'll ever be big enough that we'll have big TV channels dedicated to esports, the same way we have ESPN dedicated to traditional sports?
I think it's totally possible. I know like ESPN in recent years has like taken to broadcasting some esports stuff in time where there's just not traditional sports going, and I think it totally can happen because as video games get more advanced, like more graphically complex and enjoyable to watch, you'll see a lot more people tune in, I think. There's also this misconception about our club that it's only for the most serious, hardcore players, when we want to appeal to just anybody in a casual audience as well. So I think everybody who just likes video games on any level should come by, just try it out and see if they have fun.
Thank you to Addison for coming in and chatting with us, representing UW Esports to the world at large. Now, we're going to talk to a player from a different game. Addison was our Smash guy. We're going to talk to somebody who played Overwatch and CSGO at a pretty high level. Their name is Josh Wolf Tuttle. Wolf is ranked in the top 0.5% of players in both Overwatch and CSGO. He has competed on a couple different teams, has looked for people to play at a competitive level at, and he's going to talk a little bit about what it takes to get up to that high level and why he doesn't really care to stick around up there, and what makes the highest level of esports so interesting. Josh, how much work was it for you to get to Grandmaster in Overwatch?
I've actually put a lot of time into the game. On this account, or on my Platinum account, I guess, I have about 600 hours. And I have my Grandmaster account and the second account that's mid-masters, I believe. And each of those have about 50 to 100 hours on them.
Okay.
So I've put in some solid work. I main Ana mostly. And so I've just gotten really good at a couple heroes, and I mostly just play them.
Yeah. Have you ever considered trying to get onto an amateur team or a pro team, or just finding a team at all?
I have in the past, but especially recently, I'm not enjoying the game in the state that it's in currently. And so I haven't been looking into it, but I used to, for sure. I tried joining some teams earlier on when I wasn't very good. And none of those really turned out because it was more just people trying to have fun. And so it was fun while it was going on, but none of it really went anywhere.
What do you think makes esports so interesting?
I think, especially since I've grown up around video games, I've just fallen in love with them. And I'm not the best at real sports. Even like when I practiced and stuff, I was still just never as good as everyone else I was playing. And esports, I actually am good at, so I can just feel like I can connect with the players more, and it makes it more fun to watch, especially when I understand the games and stuff.
So, what do you think about esports? Is it a real sport? You know, we could make a video on that. Do you think it's interesting? Would you watch esports? Let us know in the comments, and please tap that like button. Don't smash it. We usually say smash like, but no, just tap it. Gingerly, just boop, that like button. Yeah, do that. Let our lovely guests know that you enjoyed having them on the show, and that you want to see them again sometime, or not. Maybe you just want him to go away, in which case, hit like. Yeah. If you're new to the channel and you like this for some reason, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You can ring the bell or not. I don't care. It's YouTube. You know how to do stuff. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye. Esports. It's in the game.